Creations. Welcome back to my craft room. So today we are going to let me show you what we're going to be using first. We're going to be using a piece of scrap paper from Hobby Lobby. We are going to be using a sign. This is the one we're going to be using. I've already deconstructed it. It came like this. I don't remember. I think this was for Easter. And this was a Christmas one, but it's the same thing. You can use either or something like it. Let's put that back over there and get that out of the way. We're going to be using one of these little drawstring bags, the little burlap bags from the Dollar Tree. They come in a treat sack bag like this. This is the polka dot ones. They also have this and blue and white stripes, like a ticking, which is really, really cute. So we're going to be using one of those today. And some beads that you can get at the Dollar Tree and paint. I'm going to be using these, which are left over from Christmas from Walmart. And I am going to be using Dollar Tree vinyl I cut with my Cricut, but you can use Dollar Tree letters. And I also have picked, I want to show you that a subscriber of mine, who I'm going to say hello to, hello Judy Carter from Georgia, sent me some beautiful cotton. This is real cotton. This is not Dollar Tree cotton. It's gorgeous. I have cleaned up some of it. I just trimmed off some of it is still on there. This is real cotton, so it's not from the factory. And this is what it looked like. This is what it looked like when she shipped it to me. It's got real dry leaves and sticks, and it's gorgeous. And so I put it in a tub, and today I am going to be doing a craft with it. So I just wanted to say thank you to Judy Carter from Georgia. This is such a blessing to have that I thought we would make a cute little sign, and we're gonna call it Cotton Pick and Blessed. Cotton Pick and Blessed. So first things first, we're going to take the tag off of our Dollar Tree sign, and I don't know why I haven't gotten to that already. And then we're going to take the jute hanger off because that will just get in our way. So we'll just put that aside. I'm going to put this in my drawer here. So later on when I'm looking for that, will you tell me where it is, please? I do that all the time. I take it off and put it someplace, and then I never can remember where I put it. All right. Now, we are going to, I guess I was going to there's a hole in this scrapbooking paper that I have here from Hobby Lobby, and I'm hoping that it's not really going to show, because I really, really want to use this piece of paper. So, I'm thinking, though, do I want to trace it and cut it out? I think I will. Or I wasn't sure if I wanted to trace it and then cut it out, or just glue it on and then excuse me, let me take a sip. Wet the old whistle there. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I think it'll be easier to cut this out. We still will have to do some sanding to it anyway. So, I am... Okay, now that that is cut out, I think we're going to get this big piece of tote off of the tabletop here. But I'm going to keep the pieces that I cleaned up, so we put that behind us. And now we are going to, let's put this back on our board, and it's only going to go one way because we cut this shape out. So I am going to use some Mod Podge, and less is more when you're putting Mod Podge on a surface with scrapbooking paper, especially paper, because and I think I just overdid it. Because you want to go less, because the more Mod Podge you do, I'm going to focus on my edges here first. The more wetness you have, should I say, with the Mod Podge, I'm sure you've heard me say this a million times, you get wrinkles because your paper gets wet. So you want to try very hard not to make it really, 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 really wet, even though it has to be pretty sticky. So you just want to thin it out. You want to make sure you get your edges really good, and then just thin it out. Just thin it out a little bit, trying to hold it here, and make sure you get the whole surface. You want the whole surface, not just the edges. And then I already had this going one way, and I moved it. Let's see, there we go, like a puzzle, making sure we cover the whole thing. I love to use these cake decorating scrapers from the Dollar Tree to smooth it out. Make sure I covered all my edges. Looks like I have, that will be fine. I have a very big itch. So a minute ago, I don't know if you can see it, I have these little Dollar Tree clips that I have holding my trash bag on my trash can here next to me. And I went to shove something in the trash. The camera was not on, and I don't know how it happened, but this little clip jumped off the bag and the thing, and it clipped right onto my wrist and pinched me. So I have no idea how that happened, but anyway, I see a little Mod Podge on there. I'm going to try to get that off without making this too wet. So, I just don't want it to be sticky. Alright, now we have to sand down our edges, but yes, these are a great tool. You get them at the Dollar Tree in the cake decorating aisle. It comes as a 3-piece. You get 3 different. I haven't used this one yet, but I'm thinking that that would make a really cool paint technique. Okay. Now I'm going to just sand up these edges real quick, just to trim off and make the paper fit like a glove. Now that our paper fits our board just like a glove, it looks like it was factory made. Don't forget, we have 2 holes in the back to hang this up. Let's put that aside for a second, because I want to darken up my burlap bag here, and I can't decide if I want to use the side with the dots or this side. So what I'm going to do is, okay, so remember when I was in New Hampshire and visiting my sister, and I was using that Kilns dark wax? Well, when I got home, I couldn't find it. I went to the Walmart, I couldn't find it, and I looked online, and they said they had it at Ace Hardware and all these places. So I went in with my picture and asked all these places, where is this? Do you have this? And they didn't have it. Well, because I think it's changed names. So what I ended up with, and Joanna Gaines also sells the same thing, and it's put out by Kilns. But the one I ended up with is from Walmart online. It's the only place I could get it, and it's called The Spruce. I'll show you. I'll put a picture of this at the end. And it's just called Best Home Dark Sealing Wax by Kilns. So I think it's identical. Identical. I think they just changed the name of it. So we're going to try to see how this does, darkening up our fabric here. So I'm going to take my piece of paper towel. I'm going to just dab and now it's very warm out in my craft room here. So there's like no insulation, and so this is pretty soft. So a lot is probably getting on my brush right now. So I'm going to dab most of it off, and I'm going to try to stay in one little pile. And then I'm just going to go back and forth, and we need to hold it tight. I'll start up here, and I'm just going to go back and forth and try to darken this burlap bag a little bit more, and I'm keeping in the same spot. Because we're not dry brushing here, we're actually getting the wax up in our bristles, and that gives us so much control when you do that. So I'm just darkening this up. I think I'm going to do the same on the other side, and then that will help me decide. And I want this to look weathered, you know, old and weathered. And that way I can decide which side I want to use, the one with the dots, because I'm thinking if I do this technique a little bit on the other side where the dots are, it might make the dots show up more. So let's flip it over. So this is what we have. I don't know if you can tell. And we're going to do the same thing to this side. Make this look old and grungy. It's exactly the same wax. If you haven't figured that out yet, it is exactly the same wax. I hope you have found it if you're looking for it. That's why I'm mentioning it, because someone asked where to find it, and I said at the time in New Hampshire, I said my sister says to get it at Walmart. Well, in New Hampshire you can get it at Walmart, but I couldn't get it here in Florida at my Walmart. I could only get it online. So if you're having a hard time finding it, try that, and I will put up a picture of this at the end. I'm going to go over my words, Jill, words. My pull strings, I want to go over those and make them blend in so that they're not like stark white. And let's pull it because they're going to be pulled. We can go over it more after if we need to. Almost making them look brown. Alright, so that looks good. I think I like this side with the little polka dots. But I cannot stand the mess that I just made here on the table workspace. So let me get a baby wipe and wipe up all that wax so we don't transfer it to everything else. And then I have to put you on pause because my camera is on low battery, so I got to get up and plug you in. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, so now our bag is adorable, but it's a little too big. So we're going to take the glue gun and fold it up a little bit, about an inch in the back, and glue that into place because we only want, whoops, our bag a little bit shorter. And that'll do the trick for making our bag a little bit shorter. And we're going to open this up again, making sure we don't glue all the way through our bag. And then let's see, I think I'm going to glue my sides of my bags in a little bit, just the corners, just because I want it to look more like a sack. That did not work. So let's put some more glue and hold it down. And I'm going to do the same thing to this corner. I'm going to try to do both at the same time. I want it to look more like a flour sack or something like that. This is going to be a little sack of cotton. Alright. Good enough, good enough. Alright, so this is the shape that we have. So now I want to glue, I think what I want to do is put my words on next. So we have Cotton Pick and Bless that we printed out on the Cricut, but you can use, what a mess these scissors are. You can use words that you printed, or you can use stickers. So we're going to take this off of the backing, and hopefully it'll stay on our, let's rub this on a little bit. Hopefully it'll stay right here on our press and seal. Sometimes it likes to be a little finicky, but all we're using the press and seal for is because we are transferring the words onto, and this is my fault because when I cut it, I didn't weld it, and I pressed my words together in a font that really doesn't like to be in a writing font. So it's trying to cut out pieces that shouldn't be. It doesn't matter. It's going to be fine. No one's going to know the difference. It's just taking me a little extra time to get the words out. And we're almost there. We are almost there. Okay, so now we have it. So I want to write Cotton Pickin' up here, being mindful of where my jute hanger is going to go. And now I'm just rubbing that on with my fingers. You can rub it in. There's something terrible on that, so we don't want to use that. You can rub it in with your fingernails, or just your fingers will do. And then we're just going to take off the Glad press and seal. Oh, well, that wants to come up, and we really don't want it to, so we have to talk it into staying down. Yeah. Stay down, Sally. Alright, almost done. Taking off the press and seal. So we have our Cotton Pickin', and now we have the word blessed. I want that down here. So we are going to do the exact same thing. We're going to rub this on to our press and seal so that when we take this white paper backing off, we're hoping it'll stay down to our press and seal. I still have a little bit of the sniffles and sneezes. Again, this is just the writing I use, the font I use is not really supposed to be pressed together so close, and I can't even describe it. You wouldn't understand it. I can't make sense of it myself. So now I'm going to put my blessed down the bottom, rub that down. So, just rub it down. You can rub it down with your fingers even. It doesn't even have to go on that hard. It's really down. Pretty good. If you see anything start to lift up, then you can rub it some more. So that didn't give us a hard time at all. So now that we have our words on here, we're going to glue our little sack on here. And I'm just going to take this piece of paper towel that's laying here, and maybe this one too, and I'm just going to give it something to have a little something inside. That make any sense? Just to make it a sack shape. but our stems are going to go in here as well. So now I was thinking, I have never really worked with this much real cotton. So I was thinking of putting it like together and then putting it in the bag, but I think we would be better off. Let's just take this out. I think we're going to glue our bag right down. And I need a glue stick. Of course I need a glue stick. Right? Of course. So let's just glue our bag down. And again, we have to be careful. We don't want to glue the inside of this bag down. Just putting my scissors in there. I'm sorry. I hope everybody can see what I'm doing. You would not believe what I have to go through to get this all set up and be on camera for you. I have a table on wheels and I have to roll it in and out so that you can see me and the craft. Okay, so now what we have is this. And don't worry, we're going to be able to see this all. We're going to just glue this in and make it look like it's a flour sack. There. And I've got a little bit of paper up there. Just trying to smooth that down just a little bit. Let's grab, let me grab a little glue stick. Fix that. Alright, we fixed it up. Alright, so now I'm just going to go for it. I've never really done anything with real cotton, so I think I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to stick my glue right on the stick. As neatly as possible, and then I'm just going to stick that right down inside of my little bag. That's going to be so cute. Okay, I just pulled it tight for a second, and we're not going to need half of this cotton, so let's put another stem. Let's see, let's put another stem right down in here. I'm trying to decide which stems. You know me in floral designing. I'm going to go for it. We're just going to put some glue on and go for it. So we're going to stick this one down right in here. I'm trying to glue this to the back of the bag. And I love this piece. We're going to have a couple of pieces up top here too. I'm going to cut this up the top here so it's kind of flush. And I'm going to save those two pieces for this corner. And now I am going to do this piece. Oh, maybe not. Well, yeah, okay. I was going to say maybe not because this is missing some, but that's okay. We're going to work with that. So, but I am going to cut that stem a little bit shorter. And actually, I think I just changed my place, my whole direction. I'm just going to stick some glue on there. Stick that right in. This is so hard to work with because it's real. It has these little picky things. Alright, this is going to be my last piece, I think. I don't know, it's so hard to choose. Alright, I'm going to do one more right here. Whoopsie! Glued myself right to the glue stand. I'm going to put this one right in here. And then I'm going to pull my string tight, tight, tight. And then we'll see if we need anything. And this might move some of the stems, but we're going to do it. So we're going to pull it tight, 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 just like that. And then I'm going to go around and glue my bag down in a few more areas that we didn't get earlier. Just to make sure we're all good and tied up and glued down. We're going to do the same to this side. Now, I pulled this really, really tight. And then I'm holding, and I'm going to put where my where my string is, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down so that it won't ease back out. All right, let's do another little. I'm just kind of mushing this bag together and making it look more like a little sack. And I forgot to put some more of the cotton or something inside of it. So if you want this to stand out a little bit more, by all means, stuff it a little bit. Stuff it. I have some glue cobwebs here I want to get off before I hold this up. Get them all off my jewelry and off the cotton. All right, now before I show this to you, I'm going to trim. My gosh, you guys, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim a little bit of the dust that from working with it we have on here, mostly the big stuff. And before I am finished, I want to just take this cool stem over here that is a bud. It did not open yet at all, and I want to clean it up for a minute here, and then I'm just going to take that and glue that and this piece down right there. And I know we kind of covered our words cotton picking a little bit. See if I can move that down just a smidge. Alright, I scooched it all down just a little bit. And I'm just holding it still so that it doesn't go back up into my word. Probably could have used a little bit bigger board for this. Now that I am thinking about it. Alright, so now I'm going to glue this bud down. Which way do I want this bud? Do we want it hanging down like that? Instead of up, we're going to put it down. So I'm just going to simply glue my stick with just a little bit of glue and the bud itself. Right down. And then, once I get these cobwebs off me, it's terrible because they go from me to my nails, to my jewelry, to my other finger, blah, blah, blah. They're just everywhere. Alright, I'm going to just make sure this is going to sit right, and I think it will. So we're just going to put this last piece of cotton. I love that this is so beautiful in the back, but I'm just going to try to make it beautiful in the front as well. Roll some of the sides down. This is so cool. I want to show you guys something in a minute. So I'm just going to neaten that up. It's such cool stuff to work with. Believe me, it is really cool. I can't thank you enough, Judy. Again, Judy Carter from Georgia. She is a subscriber. We've never ever met in person, but she sent me this beautiful cotton from Georgia, and it is just so cool. So I want to show you. While that's gluing, this is a little piece of cotton that comes out of like one of these little places. I'm going to glue that back in. It comes out of the pod like this, and when it does, it's tight, 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 almost like a little seed. It's a little cotton pod, but if you break it open, it's cotton. This is the cotton. It's so amazing that you can this just blooms and buds and grows cotton. And it's just amazing. It's so amazing. So thank you again, Judy, for sending me this cotton. I'm going to take really good care of it, and so we can do more projects in the future with that. I really just love those little, let's see, what if we clean up this and we put a little piece, just snip this right off, and we could put another piece right here. We're just going to glue that on because I say so. That's why, because I like it there. Alright, now all we have to do, I'm not sure if I like my little strings. I have to put maybe a little bit more dirt on my knots, my strings, dump it, dab it in my can of wax. Now if you don't have this, you can use a little bit of watered down brown paint. You can use Waverly, you know, what I love to use, the antique Waverly wax. You can do the same thing. I feel like this stuff gives me a little more control though. So that's why I'm starting to use this more in my crafts. But by all means, whatever is best for you, whatever is more fun. Alright, so there is my little bunch of, I want to glue this little pod in here. Or maybe we won't. Maybe we won't. Maybe it's nice not having some in there. Okay? So we are cotton picking blessed. We sure are. Love this. Absolutely love this. Now, like I said, if you had a little stuffing in here, it would probably be a little bit cuter. The little bag. Here's a side view. And there's our cotton, and we are cotton picking blessed. Now we just have to put our jute hanger, but we're not going to use our jute hanger. We're going to use some of these beads that came out at Walmart for Christmas in the tree trimming section. So I'm just going to cut off well actually that will do, I think. No, we need to cut, actually that'll do, and then we'll cut some of these beads off though. So let me just see how much we want. I guess down to here would be good. So you always have to go a little bit longer than where you want and get those beads off. So let's put them in here for a minute so they don't all run away on me. And then I'm going to just give this a knot at the other end. Now if you don't have a already strung set of cute beads, you can get them, whoops, that's not going to work. You can get your own set at the Dollar Tree, and paint them yourself. And you really don't even have to paint them. This would be adorable even with just regular wooden beads. And I'm just going to push these down so we have a little more room at this end. And we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to put a little knot. I didn't really save myself a lot of room, so I'm going to take a couple of beads off. And I'm just going to put a knot. That's so that the beads don't all come unstrung, just in case we don't secure this well enough. We don't want beads popping all over the place, right? So, you know, it's like every time I go to make a knot in front of you guys, like just a quick knot, everything goes wrong. Like right now, it's like all unraveling. But anyways, we'll try this one more time. And then we'll wing it. All right, that time worked. So there we go. So now we have our little, I didn't even count these beads, but we got our little bit of, and then on this end where I cut it, well, I like to put a little bit of hot glue. So I'm just gonna make sure that this is nice and clean because I don't want to have to clean my cotton again. And I'm just going to tip it over and we're just going to glue right where our other holes were. We're just going to put hot glue there to hold our jute cord with our beads on it. And we're going to do the same on the opposite side, right above where the hole is for our, where the old jute hanger was. Batting 1,000 here. Alright, so you guys were supposed to tell me where my jute hanger was, even though we didn't use it. Do you remember? Tell me where in the comments. Let me know where my jute hanger is in the comments, even though we weren't using it. I'm going to put a little more glue on this one. You know, my big measurement, the heap ton measurement. And we're going to let that dry for a second. So I got to tell you a quick story while this is drying. It's really, really quick. So, but I am going to cover up my wax here. It's warm out here. Okay, so it was about a year ago that Judy Carter sent me this cotton, and I was so thrilled. So I got this package in the mail, and a beautiful actually it was Christmas, and there was a beautiful red truck Christmas card in the package. And it was my very first subscriber friend mail that anybody had ever sent me before. So I was so excited. And I opened it up, and what it was this huge Ziploc bag full of cotton from Georgia. This stuff, this real cotton from Georgia. Well, I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I have real cotton and I can't wait to craft with it. And as I was looking at the bag, I'm holding the bag and I'm looking at the bag, I saw legs. I did. I'm not kidding you. So I thought, I'm seeing things, you know. It's just a lot of stuff. And look, I mean, I wasn't sure what I was seeing, right? But luckily it was a Ziploc bag, so I turned it around because I thought I saw it run that way, and sure enough, it was a big black spider. Oh my God! I was never so petrified. So I had to take out. So my roommate, my friend, and I took it outside and. We opened she did, because I'm petrified of spiders. She opened the Ziploc bag and shooed the spider out. So we have a Georgia spider somewhere around here living in Florida now who got transplanted whether he meant to or not. But I keep thinking I had to tell Judy and a friend of ours, Linda. Hi, Linda, if you're watching. I'm like, a friend came all the way from Georgia with this. And so I was just thinking, oh my gosh, imagine she was picking this for me. Thank you so much. That is so sweet to go out and pick. And so I was saying, oh my gosh, thank you so much for doing that, and there was a spider in it. So I'm even more thankful. And I don't know if you knew it or not. And what I got back in response was, oh my God, that's nothing. You should see the snakes in the cotton fields. So I'm let me tell you how cotton picking blessed I am that there was no snakes in the bag, that there was only a spider and he went to live someplace else. Well, here it is, folks. It came out so cute. We are cotton picking blessed. Yes, we are. And this is a great time for you to give me a thumbs up. Sharing is caring, so go ahead and share this video with all your friends, family, and social media. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all the things. And until the next time that I see you, which should be tomorrow, with a Tuesday tree haul. So stay tuned for that. Just trying to get all these cobwebs off here. All right, everybody, stay cotton picking blessed until the next time I see you. Be good and do good. Bye now.